It's the way we progress. If we're not learning anything, what are we doing? You know, we're natural learners.
Teaching and learning is really my bread and butter, and what I'm training other people to do.
The focus for me is always on the student.
Providing them with the support to feel confident.
Students who come into the university who are looking for a professional outcome for themselves and their futures.
I have a particular passion, if you like, for things relating to innovation, things relating to working smarter, doing things a little differently, and not being restrained by tradition.
A pathway to social justice.
The role of the Flexible Learning Institute at Charles Sturt University is really to inspire best practice in blended and flexible learning. It's strive basically to inform best practice and to transform best practice. And that's our aim, to make it a leading university in blended and flexible learning.
Sooner or later, you're going to be asked to start thinking about developing a blended and flexible learning strategy for your course. And it could be the case that the first question you ask yourself is, why am I being asked to do this?
Blended and flexible learning is important in the current climate because it's the most inclusive approach for learning and teaching. It provides opportunities for lifelong, life-wide learning, but allows the students to actually study at their own place and at their own pace.
If you think about this from the point of view of the student who's going to be going through your course, it is the case that if there's not a blended and flexible learning strategy for a course, a student may in fact have an incredibly inconsistent learning experience throughout the years that they're enrolled.
The way to look at a blended course is to actually look at it from different perspectives. We need to take account of spaces where students actually study. We need to look at interactions in both the subjects and course. We need to look at diverse range of pedagogy. We need to look at ICT and Interact in the learning management system, as well as the literacy of both staff and students. The Flexible Learning Institute sees good practice in blended and flexible learning through policy, through principles, through perspectives, through the aspirational framework, and also scholarship. This video is going to examine principles and perspectives, and further information can be found on the FLI website. The development of the principles has been an iterative process. We've developed the first and second draft of the principles for blended and flexible learning. A subsequent draft we're going to place on the FLI blog for discussion and debate by course themes. There are 10 principles. 2 of them are core and 8 are supporting principles. Effective blended and flexible learning design uses a student-centred approach. It's engaging, it's motivating, and intellectually stimulating. It also means that we actually look at interactive activities and social activities within physical and virtual learning environments. Distance education universities have an ethical obligation to include all students in their study practices. This means that we have equitable practices in both learning and teaching and assessment for all students. Blended and flexible learning design uses collaborative learning to allow students to work together. This may involve online and offline students working together, or it may involve on-campus and off-campus students working together. Effective blended and flexible learning design uses authentic activities. It engages students in real-world problems and issues. It also values formal, informal learning, as well as professional practice and communities of practice. Blended and flexible learning values life-wide and lifelong learning. This provides opportunities for students to study throughout their lifetime. Blended and flexible learning design uses appropriate design and thoughtful choices of pedagogy, ICTs, interaction, spaces, and literacies. Blended and flexible learning design is innovative. It fosters transformative change and creative approaches to student learning. Irrespective of the technology that is used, good curriculum design needs to be utilised. as well as core principles of learning. There also needs to be alignment between the course and subject aims, the activities and the assessment. Blended and flexible learning design should be sustainable. It requires an approach that can be maintained over time and also accommodate technological change. Blended and flexible learning design uses continuous improvement. Design should be responsive to developments across the university at all levels in learning and teaching. Courses should be future-oriented and professional development should be ongoing.